There's a kind of goodness that doesn't heal. It consoles, embraces, dries your tears, and and quietly weakens you. Nietzsche saw it clearly. In Thus Spoke Zarathustra, in the chapter of the compassionate, he warns us, beware, not of kindness itself, but of a pity that lowers the very person it touches. It's the embrace that makes you small, the soothing voice that turns your pain into an identity, and your gratitude into a leash. Tonight we walk a mountain path together. You, boots on rock, lungs burning, eyes on a ridge you still can't see. And along the trail, the compassionate appear. Soft hands, soft words, soft promises. Some will be a rope you can trust. Some will be a cradle you'll never leave. This is not a sermon against tenderness. It's a map for discernment, because the wrong compassion doesn't only slow your climb, it can steal your becoming. Breathe, watch your step, and listen for a higher form of love, one that ignites strength instead of harvesting weakness. 1. The scene, the upward path. Picture this. You've climbed since night. The air thins, each breath costs. Your calves shake, the pack bites your shoulders. A voice inside whispers, sit. Just for a minute. You do. The stone is cold, but the relief is warm. From the switchback, figures appear. Gentle faces, blankets, a thermos, the perfect smile of rescue. Why suffer? They ask. Why insist on this? Come down, we'll take care of you. Their words are cotton. You can feel your will relaxing under it. Here's the moment Nietzsche prepares you for, when relief masquerades as destiny. It's not that rest is bad or help is bad. It's that some forms of care quietly switch the owner of your journey. They move the horizon from up there to right here, from a summit you must win to a sofa you will never leave. Ask in that first encounter, does this hand make my legs remember themselves, or does it offer to walk for me forever? 2. What Nietzsche criticises, pity that humiliates. Nietzsche doesn't attack tenderness. He attacks hierarchical pity, the kind that looks down while looking kind. It names you poor, broken, in need, until the name sticks. Notice the grammar. They are the saviors. You are the saved. Humiliation can wear perfume. It can sound like care, but its structure is simple. They stand above you to feel tall. They narrate your life with a tragic chorus. After all you've been through, and place a crown of thorns on your head you never asked for. What's stolen first is not your time, not your effort, but your stance, the upright posture that says, I am capable. In place of your legs, they offer gold-plated crutches, beautiful, heavy, always needed. Ask yourself, am I being invited to rise or to comply? Is my dignity being addressed or managed? Helping that restores agency is love. Helping that requires you to stay small is stagecraft, with you as the prop. 3. Sweetness that makes you weaker. Pain is a forge. It burns, yes, but it tempers. The wrong compassion treats pain like a candle to be blown out at the first flicker. Don't feel this. Don't try that. Don't risk. Let me shield you. Shield me from everything, and you shield me from myself, from the muscles that only form under strain, from the skills that only appear under pressure, from the pride that only arrives when I cross the cold river on my own 2 feet. Watch for the anesthetic tone, endless soothing, endless lullabies, endless narratives about how unfair it all is. It's comfortable to hear. It's hard to leave. Soon the blanket becomes a climate. The climate becomes a home. The home becomes a habit. And the habit becomes your horizon. Comfort is sacred if it sends you back into the world with a steadier hand and a clearer eye. Comfort becomes poison when it convinces you that moving is dangerous, that trying is reckless, that growth is a kind of betrayal. Sometimes love holds, sometimes love lets go. 4. Compassion as power. Here's the quiet economy of bad compassion. Help in exchange for ownership. Not ownership of your things, ownership of your narrative. After everything I've done for you, 5 words that turn gratitude into a collar. This isn't always conscious. Many saviors believe their own myth, but watch the receipts. Who decides what you do next? Who chooses what counts as progress? Who tells the story of your life, to your face, to others, online? Perform compassion, the public tear, the viral sympathy can raise awareness. Yes, it can also raise someone's status. Your pain becomes a platform, their goodness gathers followers, and you, still on the ground, become an object, a useful cause, not a becoming person. The test is simple. Can you disagree and keep the relationship? Can you say, "I've got it from here," and be blessed, not punished? If love needs you small to feel big, it's not love. It's power in costume. 5. Nietzsche's point. Don't save, spark. Nietzsche isn't asking us to freeze our hearts. He's asking us to aim them. The higher act isn't rescuing someone from their mountain. It's igniting the fire that lets them climb it. Strong compassion gives what strengthens: clarity, presence, skills, a hand only until the person's feet remember the path. It believes in the other person's future strength more than in its own present heroism. This compassion is quieter. It asks questions before answers. It respects silence. It doesn't colonize your calendar. It says, "I'm here until your legs return. Then I'll step aside so your pride can arrive." Saving is dramatic. Sparking is patient. Saving writes your story in my ink. Sparking hands your pen back, warm, balanced, ready. If I truly love you, I want to see you standing, not see myself standing over you. 6. How to spot dangerous, compassionate types. Practical signs. 7 signs, watched calmly, will tell you who's who. You, Chet, your worst. They introduce you by your scars, not your craft. Your wins are exceptions. Your struggles are your truth. Unasked help. They step in without consent. The question, "What would help?" never comes. Decisions arrive prepackaged. Debt talk. Gratitude is demanded, not discovered. "After all I've done" becomes the currency of closeness. Audience hunger. Your pain gains spectators, posts, retellings, hints that paint them as the pillar and you as the project. Strength anxiety. Your progress makes them cold. Advice turns controlling. Smiles tighten when you no longer need them. Wound loops. The past is a museum they love to tour. The future is a corridor they keep forgetting to open. Boundary allergy. "I'll try alone today" triggers offense. Withdrawal of help is framed as ingratitude. If 2 or 3 rings true, step carefully. You can appreciate kindness and still protect your path. 7. When we are the compassionate ones. Hard truth. Sometimes we play the role Nietzsche warns about. We help because their pain agitates our anxiety. We rescue because being needed soothes our emptiness. We say, "I understand," to end the conversation, not to open it. Self-audit. When I offer help, do I need credit? Do I retell the story to others? Do I feel strangely uneasy when they stop needing me? Do I rush to solve so I don't have to sit with their storm? Stronger compassion is slower. It tolerates helplessness without panicking. It resists the savior fantasy. It asks, "What outcome would make you proud 6 months from now? How can I support that?" When we see our motive clearly, we can change the move. Swap urgency for presence. Swap solutions for questions. Swap ownership for witness. The goal isn't to be less kind. It's to be kind in a way that builds a person. 8. Pain, pride, transformation. Zarathustra calls us not patience, but bridges, structures built to be crossed, tested, used by life itself to move from one shore to another. Pain in this frame isn't purely enemy, it's material. It can warp you, yes, but under attention and effort, it can shape you. The wrong compassion treats pain as scandal, something to erase so our world remains tidy. The higher view treats pain as teacher, severe but not malicious. Think of the skills your older self thanks you for: discipline, courage, discernment, the strength to say no. Which of these arrived without friction? Which arrived because someone kept you safe from every sting? We don't honor suffering by worshiping it. We honor it by using it, pressing it into a pattern that becomes character, and then we honor each other by not stealing that chance. The metamorphosis is yours to earn. 9. The 3-question test. Before you accept help or offer it, Run this quiet test. Autonomy tomorrow. If this works, will I, or they, need less help next time? If the answer is more, pause. Clear boundaries. Is there an endpoint? Do we know when help stops and responsibility returns to its rightful owner? Pride or debt? Imagine the moment after. Will what remains be a clean, upright pride, or a sticky web of obligation? If you get 3 yeses, you're likely in the territory of sparking. 2 yeses, proceed carefully. 1 or 0. This may be comfort that cages. 10. How to help without stealing destiny. Micropractices. Practical, repeatable moves. Ask the mode. Do you want listening, brainstorming, or hands-on help? Most people need witness first. Time box your help. I can walk with you for the next 2 steps, then you try alone. Scarcity forces growth. Name the strength you see, not poor you, but you held your ground in a hard room. Identity shifts when language does. Keep it private. Real care doesn't polish itself in public. Share less, support more. Build a skill, not a dependency. Teach a template, a checklist, a technique they can repeat without you. Practice non-anxious presence. You don't have to fix to be useful. Calm is a resource. Exit with dignity. If you need me, ask. Otherwise, I'll cheer from the ridge, then actually step back. 11. The fellow climber, the positive figure. Not all compassion is a cradle. There is a figure Nietzsche would nod to, the fellow climber. They match your pace. They don't carry you. They calibrate you. They ask, where does it hurt? Then, what still works? They offer a trick for footing, a better way to set an anchor, a story not about your limits but about your capacity under pressure. And crucially, they let you go first when the ledge narrows. You recognize them by the feeling they leave behind. Not relief alone, but readiness. Not softness alone, but structure. Not I need them, but I can do this. If you find a fellow climber, keep them close. If you can be one, step into that form. It's rarer than rescue, deeper than pity, and ultimately more loving than either. 12. A parable in Zarathustra's tone. In a valley, Zarathustra met a man bowed under a bundle. A youth with a tender heart rushed up. "Give it to me," he said, proud and bright. He hoisted the load, felt heroic, and strode. At the village gate, the youth stumbled. The bundle fell. The valley man stared at his own empty hands and felt heavy. "I don't know my steps," he said. "I forgot them while I watched you." Zarathustra lifted the bundle and set it between them. "Divide it," he said. "Carry your share, and teach each other the gait." They walked again slower, side by side, learning the rhythm of 2 bodies and 1 road. At the ridge, the youth felt smaller in his chest, larger in his limbs. The man felt his feet wake like old friends. Thus they arrived, neither a hero, neither a project. 2 walkers, 1 path, not saved, strengthened. 13. When to say no to the compassionate. No is not cruelty. It's loyalty to your becoming. Practice the line in your own voice. "Thank you, truly. Today I need to try on my own." Or, "A suggestion would help. I'll do the rest myself." If pressure rises, if guilt enters the room, notice what it reveals. Healthy care respects a clean number. Unhealthy care interprets boundaries as betrayal. Your path is not a public square. You do not owe unlimited access to your time, your story, your pain. You owe your life what only you can give it, your effort. Guard that effort with the same tenderness you wished others had for you. 14. A word about suffering. Respect pain. Don't trivialize it with slogans. Don't weaponize it with lectures. Sit with it long enough to hear what it asks of you. Then answer, not by kneeling before it, not by denying it exists, but by working with it. Amor fati, love of one's fate, is not a romance with misery. It's a posture that says, "This is mine, I will turn it." When compassion tears you away from the necessary fire, it steals that posture. When compassion looks you in the eye and says, "You can," it honors it. Between erasing pain and exploiting pain lies a third road, transformation. That is where dignity lives. That is where greatness begins, quietly, stubbornly, under your own weight. 15. Epilogue. The summit isn't a place, it's a way. Maybe there isn't a final flag in the snow. Maybe the summit is how you take the next 10 steps. If each step leaves you taller, not in height, but in honor, then you are already above the clouds. On the path you will meet the compassionate. Some will hold you down by calling it love. Some will lift you up by calling forth your strength. Learn the difference. It's the difference between a life curated for comfort and a life chosen for becoming. Thank, learn, choose. Choose the hands that give you a rope, not a cradle. Choose the voices that return you to your feet. Choose the companions who smile when you don't need them. We were not born to be carried. We were born to climb. And those who truly love you on your feet.
Not all compassion heals. Some breaks you open so you can finally see what's inside. Sometimes walking away is the most merciful act, not for them, but for yourself. Because pity can chain you, and empathy, when misplaced, can destroy you. So learn to feel without drowning, to care without losing yourself. If this spoke to something in you, share it. Leave a comment on the moment that cut deepest. And if you're ready to understand the darker side of the human soul, subscribe. Because healing starts where illusions end.